Faculty and staff, turning on your video.
The video is not working.
Oh, that's okay. Is that Lawrence?
Yeah.
No problem. All righty. Well, we'll probably have some more folks dropping in. So thank you all for joining. What I would suggest is that when you are not talking, go ahead and mute. And then when you are talking, just remember to unmute. Otherwise, we'll never hear you. But this is, those of you who joined early might have heard me yelling to my kids that I had a meeting. So if you happen to sign in, be one of the first ones, that's what you were hearing. So there's no real agenda here. What we wanted to do was just touch base, see how you all were doing and surviving, see if you had any questions or concerns, see if you're struggling with anything, and then we can try to answer your questions. So we have some of our staff with us. We've got the program coordinator, Dr. Stringer's here. Dr. McFarland is here, our Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Lawrence Epps is here, one of our advisors. I see that Dr. Krause is dropping in as well. So basically, this is just to see how you all are doing. See if you've got some questions, concerns, suggestions, anything at all. So it is now open for you guys to jump in. How's everyone doing? Good.
So this little center block.
Sideways, down. Hi, Bobby. You're hanging in there, you and your families? Okay. So I recognize some of you guys who are in my class. Good to see you. And who's graduating? Raise your hand. All right. Okay. Is everyone okay? Yes, everyone said they're okay. Does anyone have any concerns about the remote delivery? Tell me how that's going, and someone just needs to jump in. Start talking.
No, personally, it's been a pretty easy transition. Everyone's willing to be really accommodating, which is really helpful.
Good, thank you, Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's went pretty well so far. Yeah, I think it's been pretty well.
Okay, and I didn't know exactly who was talking. I don't think your video's up, but thanks for letting me know. How about issues, Bob? Oh, was that you, Bobby? Okay, sorry. How about issues? Is anyone struggling with any of the classes to get access? No, not so far. Okay, just to let you know, over on the right-hand side, there's a chat, and the way you find it is it says chat down at the bottom. So if you click on that, you'll see a chat bar. So if you have a question or a comment, you could send me a private comment if you wanted, or you could send anyone else here a private comment. Please not each other, but send to one of us if you have a concern or a question. All right. Does anyone feel that?
Dr. Blubaum?
Yes.
I just want to be sure that you're the College of Aeronautics and Engineering host, because there's two different College of Aeronautics and Engineerings, so they know which comment, if they do want to send something, to pick the right one.
Thank you. So you should see me up here on your screen if you're watching the video. And then I think that I'm the first one. If there's a 1 and a 2, I should be the first College of Aeronautics and Engineering host. And if you just click on the dots by my image, you should be able to then choose to send a message to me or to any of the other faculty and staff here. All right. Okay, so everyone's good? No one has any concerns or anything?
I can say something, because this has come up. I've had a couple different conversations with some of your peers and classmates, and I just want to reiterate again, pass-fail policy, your faculty all know, you've seen it, but it bears repeating because there was confusion with some students I talked to today. Recognize that, one, there are no courses in our college for which you can't request a pass-fail. If you choose the pass-fail, it's your option. You can ask for it. You don't have to. You can take a grade. You have until after your final exam and that final exam period, and your grade has been posted to choose the pass-fail. There was some questions, and some students said, well, if the class that I am taking is a prerequisite for another class, and, you know, for example, you have to have a C or better in this class to move forward, and you have earned a D, and you accept the pass-fail, will you be allowed to progress? Yes, you will. And then the fourth thing I want to say is that your faculty of your courses, and this is true across campus, not just aeronautics and engineering, but they're going to grade you and work with you as per usual through the rest of the semester. Come your final exam, everything else, they're going to enter your grade like they always do. They won't know if you have chosen to take that class as a pass-fail, nor should they be asking you. So it's your decision, and they'll put in an A, they'll put in a B, whatever you want. And then if you've requested it, it'll automatically be done in the system for you. So now internally, because this has caused some confusion, we can see what grade you were given. So now say it's in the fall, there's some class that you got a D and that you should have had a C to progress. We can see that grade, and we might then reach out to our students and say, hey, you know, do you need extra help? Do you need extra tutoring? But that us seeing those grades and asking you if we had to in the future is not to, we're not going to reverse the decision. We're not going to take a grade. You're not going to not get into the class. You're not going to get kicked out of the class. It's more just, what can we do to help you be as successful in this follow-on course as possible? What do you need from us? So I wanted to clarify that because there was some confusion with some other students that I had spoken with earlier.
Thank you, Dr. McFarland. What about questions? Anything? There've been a lot of policies coming out. That was one of them. Everyone seems good. Dr. McFarland, do you have anything else that you want to mention to this group?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions about summer 3. We don't know. You'll probably know as soon as we know, as far as whether it's going to be remote or face-to-face. Right now, we're planning on face-to-face. Another question that has come up a lot is, will the summer schedule change? And it might. I just got the first bit of information from your faculty today, who are now looking into it to see if they can convert a class to remote delivery. It's a little bit different now because obviously we were all forced into a, oh my gosh, last month of this, you know, semester, let's do remote delivery, as opposed to preparing an entire class remote delivery. So I'm getting those today. You might find that the summer schedule changes between now and the next week or so. My goal is to have kind of like the most current updated summer schedule by Friday. So just touch base with your advisors. As always, if you got questions, concerns, something you could really use, you know, let them know. I'll work with them. So you might see some summer schedule changes. And then I just want to reiterate again, and I know that the dean probably will, she put it in her email when she invited you to this, just recognize it as we're going through all these changes in summer courses and fall courses and pass fail and withdrawals and things like this. These will not be the reasons why you won't progress in your program. So I think most of you that I see on here have worked with me here and there in the past. This will not be a reason why you don't get an exception to policy or anything else like that. So just, you know, breathe a little bit easier about that if possible.
Thank you. I see Dr. Stringer is on. Dr. Stringer, do you want to jump in and say anything? By the way, Dr. Stringer has a video on our website. If you log on to our front page of the website now, there's a bunch of videos down on the bottom. And I think maybe you are also getting some messages, I think, from someone in the college with some of these videos. Dr. Darwin Boyd also sent one. Dr. Blake, are you still on? You are on mute if you are talking. All right, well, we'll catch him later.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, hi.
Yep.
Hi, Dr. Blake. Dr. Stringer, I was just wondering if you wanted to jump in and say anything to our students who have logged in.
Yeah, I'm doing Zoom on my phone because after 20 days, I'm finally back in Ohio.
Oh, wow.
Just got back in Ohio, so my dad's out of the hospital, which is really cool.
Welcome back.
Anyway, yeah, just to reiterate what the dean and Dr. McFarland said, it's you know, the virus took over our world this year, and we're not punishing students for the fact that things are different. And it didn't take long for that to sink in, that this is really a unique situation in our history, and we're here to be as accommodating as we can be. And I know you all have been accommodating, at least my students have been accommodating as well as we work through this together. If you have any questions or comments or concerns about anything, I know you have Dr. McFarland, but you can also email me, and I can track it down and get back an answer quickly too. So we're all in this. We're all going to finish off the semester and hopefully get this pandemic thing over so that we can all come back to campus next fall and have quite a share of stories to tell.
Thank you, Dr. Stringer. All right.
I'm going to add one other thing, because you also might be talking to your peers and things. On the accreditation side, since we're talking aerospace as well, there aren't really any delays there. The accrediting bodies understand we're all going through this. Many of the people who work in and around accrediting bodies work at universities. So that's not going to delay things. It shouldn't change things, particularly for those students who would be graduating this spring. And also even the review of the Aerosystems Engineering Technology. This should not impact that in any negative way. So don't let that stress you out either.
Okay. You're a quiet bunch.
They're squared away. They got it. They know what's going on.
They got it. I know.
They're studying right now. Their brains are full of good stuff.
All right. Well, I'm not going to torture you if you don't have questions. Do you want to send any messages to each other while you're all here? Or to the faculty or the staff?
Hey, everybody.
That was Brendan's message. Okay. Anyone else?
No, like you guys said, I think we're generally squared away.
All right, great. So I'll tell you what, then if you don't have any questions or concerns, that's great. We're excited about that. Let us know as things progress. We still have a few weeks here, right? How many weeks do we have? 2, 3 more? 4? I've lost track. I don't know. Today's Monday, right? Sometimes I get confused about what day it is. So we still have 4 weeks to go. All right. So plenty of time left in the semester. I will tell you, because I know many of you are planning on graduating and you're going to be hearing more about this very soon. We are going to have a celebration for our graduating students and for our scholarship awardees. So this is something we did in the winter. It's not a commencement. It is strictly a celebration that goes along with commencement. The university is going to be working on when commencement will be for you all. I strongly suggest you still do it, okay? I know it's going to be different, but this is one of those things that you're going to want to remember, 10 and 15 years from now. And your memory will not be sitting in the boiling sun for 5 hours, okay? That's something that would definitely be memorable. I don't think that's going to happen. Maybe it will in the fall, who knows? But please go ahead and participate in these things because you need those memories and it's important to be connected. So we're going to be having a celebration. What we did in the winter is we invited everyone in. We allowed folks to bring their family and their parents and whoever was along through all the labs so that your family could see where you've spent a lot of your time. And then we had a little get together where I called each person's name and asked them to tell me, what's your favorite memory? And do you know what you're going to do after graduation? What is it if you do? And it was very nice. So we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be virtual. We're nailing down the date. We're getting permission from the provost's office, so we're not conflicting with anything else. And it might be that Saturday of graduation that we end up doing it. but it will be an invitation to you and your family, your friends, wherever they are around the world, frankly. So it'll be pretty cool. Be looking for that, because very soon you're going to get an email from Miss Elizabeth Porter, who is going to be asking you 5 questions. We want you to answer at least 3 of them. If you can go ahead and answer the next 2, that'd be great. Each graduating senior is going to have, and scholarship recipient is going to have their own webpage that has a picture and then the answer to the questions that we're posting. So be on the lookout for that, okay? All right. Here's your last chance.
Hey, Christina, can I say one more thing?
Yep, go ahead, Dr. Stringer.
Hey, and just real quick, this happened last week with a student. You're all relying on technology and internet and everything else. We had a student who, I don't know, a piece of metal came out of their charging port on their computer, and so they couldn't charge their computer and it wouldn't work. So if you run into technology problems during the semester, there's a website, kent.edu/I need tech. And reach out to a faculty member and tell them your problem. We can put in a ticket, and he had a computer by Friday, a loaner from the university. So the university is very committed for you to being able to complete your coursework with technology if you run into any problems. That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Stringer. I see that Lawrence is on still. Lawrence, do you have anything that you'd like to say from the advisor perspective?
I would just say, if you haven't already, if you are a returning student and you have yet to schedule for classes, please do so as soon as possible. If you haven't met with your assigned advisor, that is still, required of students. So we ask that you do that just in the same way as you normally would via KSU advising.
Awesome. Thank you for that reminder. Yes, I know that everything is a little bit delayed, so people aren't really thinking about registration for the next semester, but it's very, very important for us for all sorts of reasons. It's important for you to make sure you get into the classes you need. And also with regards to summer, I'm going to piggyback on what Dr. McFarland said earlier. For those of you who are going to be looking for some courses over the summer, that will be an evolving thing. Keep looking. We're going to obviously be offering things online as well as remote delivery, and that might extend into the summer 3. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Also, I'm just going to mention, because you might not know this, we do have an MS and PhD in aerospace engineering that should be starting in the fall. We do have a Master of Engineering Technology with 4 different concentrations that exists right now. And we do have a Master of Science in Aviation Management and Logistics. So if you're starting to think about, well, maybe I'll continue on for grad school, reach out to us. We'll be very, very happy to help you with that and connect you and answer any questions you have. All right. Okay, Dr. McFarland, I'm going to give you the last word, if we have any.
I can start singing like "So Long, Farewell."
Actually, I believe Dave had a question in the chat.
Oh, okay, great. Sorry, where can we get more information about that? Okay, which that is it? I'm not sure.
The master's and the PhD programs?
Sure. So the Master of Science and PhD in Aerospace Engineering is working its way through the Ohio system. I think today is the day that final responses are due to Therese Tillett. I've got to follow up with that, Blake and Mo. At any rate, so once it goes past the state level, it goes to Higher Learning Commission, and so then it should be available in the fall. So right now we cannot advertise it, but I'm telling you that we're not anticipating any challenges with having it in place. We have some students already who know that it's coming, and what they are doing is they're going ahead and getting into the Master of Engineering Technology program that does exist, for which you can apply. And by the way, I believe that anyone who is, and my staff and administrators can help me with this, I believe the university has a policy for this upcoming year that if you have a degree from the state of Ohio, anywhere in the state of Ohio, you pay in-state tuition for graduate programs in the upcoming year. And the other piece is, I think they're waiving the application fee. So I'm not going to swear to that one, but I'm pretty darn sure about that one. Yeah, Dr. McFarland says, yes, I got that one right. So that means that it costs nothing to apply. And if you're an out-of-state student, you'll be able to pay in-state tuition. So if you want in the Master of Science or PhD of Aerospace Engineering, and you can go straight from bachelor to PhD, although there's some more complications with that, including actually needing an advisor first. But if you have questions, you can talk to me. You can talk to Dr. Harrison, who is the Associate Dean for Research and Faculty Affairs, and I'll type it in the message as well. And then you could also contact Dr. Mangrum, okay, who is the Graduate Studies Coordinator. And then I would say you could also contact Dr. Stringer, who is going to be the new Graduate Coordinator. So you have lots of resources there. All right, I'm going to put that information in the chat as well. Any other questions?
I did have one more potential question. I don't know if it's something that anyone in the college would have much information about at this time, but do you know if any of the potential summer internship employers in the area have said anything about whether or not they're going to continue those programs? There hasn't been any communication with the ones I've applied to, and I didn't know if they communicated anything to the college.
So that would be Jackie Ruller, who would be able to answer those questions. I know she's been in contact with them, and it is all over the map. So as you might imagine, many of these companies are just trying to keep their head above water, you know, day in and day out. Some of them have not been able to think ahead. Some of them, they're just on hold because they don't even know what the summer is going to look like. My sons fell through, just to let you know, but that's in business. Manufacturing is still continuing, but since so much of manufacturing here in this area is tied to the aerospace and aviation industry, some of that has been impacted. So with regards to internships, contact Jackie Ruller, and she will be able to help you with any internship question. All right. What else? So I just put a note about graduate studies, and I'm going to say for internship and co-ops, work with Jackie Ruller, okay? And I apologize, I don't immediately have all those email addresses, but you guys are tech savvy. You can track those down easily. All right. Last chance. Well, okay. Dr. Krause, you want to say anything?
No, just keep your heads up, stay motivated, and if you hear of any of your friends that aren't participating, if they have any questions, you know, let us know, and keep checking on each other too.
Matt, did you want to say something?
Yes, I did. I was just curious about the whole accreditation process for the aerospace engineering degree. Like, what part or which stage exactly are we in with that? How close are we to becoming accredited?
So it's a good question. And to reiterate, we're in the process now of getting everything done. They won't come and do a visit until the fall. And right now, all spring visits for all accrediting bodies were understandably canceled, but we were scheduled for the fall anyway. I haven't heard that that's changed. And then the way that works is the visit goes in the fall. They give us a response that says, this is what you've messed up, this is what you have to fix. This is where you're good. We have, from whenever we get that response until May of 2021 to address their concerns. We send that report in June, July of 2021, they vote. And then in August, September of 2021, they say, congratulations, you're accredited, or no, you're not. It's retroactive to this senior class, to this first class. What I keep telling everybody is, you know, heaven forbid we don't get it, we're not accredited, we immediately go through the whole same process again. Same timeline, now just advance out a year. Now it's summer of 2022. We find out, hey, we're accredited. It will backdate to cover your class. The way ABET works we actually would have 2 times to mess up before getting it, although we're not going to mess up. So even with everything being normal, you would not have known until next fall, a year after you graduate, whether your graduating class was ABET accredited. From everything I've seen and heard and talked with and worked with, and Dr. Stringer can weigh in on this as well, all of the internships, the jobs, the co-ops that many of you have and are doing, the engineering world understands that process. So they know that you're not from a non-accredited institution because we're not a good program. It's just that you have to wait the time. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
And just to insert, the college has done ABET accreditation before. There's no reason that it won't be accredited, just to reassure you.
Well, yeah,
right.
but I always give everybody, you know, the
Yep.
worst case scenario. But remember, every program in our college is professionally accredited, every single one. The Aero Systems Engineering Technology is going through its, you know, however many rounds of reaffirmation. And then ABBY, which is the non-engineering aviation, we've been accredited since 2004, and ABBY literally copied ABET accreditation when they stood up. So the processes are very, very similar. So, and when Dr. Stringer put your whole program together, I mean, it was literally with the ABET manual on one hand and curriculum and things like that. And as we've been rolling it out, we've just been following that. So I feel really comfortable about it.
All righty. Any more questions?
There was just one more thing I just kind of ran across my mind. The perspective I'm coming from is I'm a commuter student. I drive an hour each way each day to class. And so having the remote lectures has given me a lot of extra time to work on homework. I'd wondered if the department had, like outside of this scenario, ever considered taking some classes to a remote format.
Dr. McFarland, would you like to answer that?
I said, wow, this is a great opportunity for people to realize what we can do remotely. So yeah, we are. And it's, you brought up a great observation, and thank you for sharing that with us, because that's another reason we look at it. I was looking at it from the perspective of reaching students that are even farther, but you bring up a great point that it helps you out, especially for the commuter students. You can now do what you need to do. We have a lot of faculty who, particularly with summer, that are coming up now and realizing maybe I can do this. There are a lot of tools. There are a lot of opportunities. So within the next couple of years, you will see more and more of our courses going remote. And there's a difference between online, of course, asynchronous, 100% online, like the Masters of Science in Aviation Management and Logistics. It's 100% online, but it's asynchronous. So students just do it on their own whenever they are. But we're start talking about a blend between online, between synchronous or remote, which is what you guys are doing now, and then face-to-face. And we'll definitely have more and more of those offerings as we go forward. So yep, it's a good opportunity for us.
Okay, who knows what's behind me? Can you see that image? Put your hand down, Dr. Krause, you don't count. Anyone know what that is behind me?
Is that the new building?
That's going to be our new engineering wing. So for those of you who are graduating and heading out, a couple of things. Come back in a couple years, because you're going to be able to tour this beautiful new wing. It will have this 2-story atrium to support UAV research. So you see the UAVs flying around in there. They did a nice job of rendering there. And some really wonderful labs and facilities. So you know, just keep us in mind as you head out into the world. And also, again, those of you who might be thinking about graduate studies, connect with us, talk to us, because there's a lot of opportunities. That MS in Aviation Management and Logistics is a 100% online. And then we are working hard for, oh, someone needs to mute, I think. We're working really hard for our Master of Engineering Technology to also have some remote opportunities in the fall. Okay? Awesome. Well, thank you, everyone. It's good to see you. Stay healthy, stay safe, be smart, you know, avoid those public gatherings, but still stay connected. So that's the purpose of this. Connect with your friends and colleagues. Do homework in a group where you're all on Zoom at the same time. Something like that, okay? All right. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you all for the information.
All right.
Yeah, I was thinking of Jen.